There we go. There goes
Go.
the lights. So, welcome, beautiful people, to the Growth Podcast. This is centered on health and wellness. I am your host, Jesse Garcia, or Jesse the Truth, along with,
Tierica.
and we're here to, bring you information about, your health, your wellness, from mental health, spiritual health to physical health, all anything that centers around health and building yourself. So, we're going to start by, breaking the ice. I call this, what is this, like,
A little
what
icebreaker.
I love icebreaker when they make you stand up in front of school and all that and tell everybody like, oh, what's your name and what's your
Introduce
favorite thing?
yourself.
Yeah, the little icebreaker.
Yes.
So I'll start with myself, of course, since I'm already talking and all that. My name is Jesse Garcia. I am a Dallas, Texas native. I've been vegan for about 4 years now. Uh, I think I started my health journey. I was 260. A lot of people don't want to believe that, and I'll get into that in another episode. But I used to be 260, a lot heavier than I was normally. I converted to a vegan diet, and now I'm a vegan chef with my friend Bam at Bam's Vegan. We cook delicious vegan food from, serve smoothies and smoothie wraps at our location in Irving, Texas at Bam's Smoothies and Wraps. It's actually the name. We have more stuff coming to you. Uh, Gonna carry it over
Pass
to
the
you now.
torch.
Absolutely.
And my name is Tierica. What's up, y'all? I have been vegan for 4 years also. For me, it was basically just a whole skin acne, dealing with that. So once I did a lot of research and learning about things that you put in your body and how your body reacts to it, my skin being clear was way more important than eating all the bad food. So I definitely went vegan. And then it even led me to become, I didn't realize how passionate I would be about it until I started living the lifestyle. And that led me to do health coaching classes. So now I'm a certified holistic health and wellness coach as well as a nutritionist.
See, beautiful, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You're already glowing. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell it definitely worked. I wouldn't say I'm certified in anything. I'm just somebody who knows how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Now I do educate myself on health and wellness as far as anything that I need to know. I don't just go off of hearsay or what I see on Instagram or social media because it can be very misleading. I definitely always encourage people to
Do
do
your
the
own
research.
research.
So even with the information we'll give here, I wouldn't say it's necessarily advice for anybody to just take. I would say, you know what I'm saying, it's what works for us. And you know what I'm saying, if you want to try it and see how it works for you, so be it. But again, this is not stuff that I'm saying is gonna sit there and tell you is absolutely fact. And if you do this and if you go vegan, you'll be 100% cured. Because I think that's the biggest misconception. So that brings, you know what I'm saying, to me to why I started this show. I believe in the vegan community, especially, it's a lot of misconceptions that, you know what I'm saying, comes along with it. Like people always, the main one is, oh, what do you eat? You know what I'm saying? People always think, oh, y'all just eat grass. Where you get your
Or rabbit
protein?
food.
Yeah, where you get your protein at? We actually had somebody stop in the shop and he was like, oh, this is vegan food. Oh, no, I need to go to Subway. I need to get my protein. And I was just
Oh,
like, hey,
wow.
you know what I'm saying? More power to you. Just
That's fine.
miseducation because at the end of the day, nobody has no protein deficit. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to encourage people, you know what I'm saying, to grow mentally, you know what I'm saying? Always be willing to grow. For as long as we're alive here on this planet, we'll always be students to life and to, you know what I'm saying, always continue to grow, always expand your mind, always learning new information that maybe we came across when we was younger and we was like, whatever. And then when we got older, you like, you know what? Somebody told me this, so let me look into it.
And
So
then it ends up making sense when
nah,
you look it up.
every time, it definitely always makes sense, and you're just like, ugh. If I could just like restart life sometimes and just take everything that I've learned now, I definitely would. Instead of, I think they had like something that was like, would you rather go to like 50 years old with like $50 million in your account, or take all the knowledge you've had now and go back to when you was 10? I was like, man, I'm gonna go back to when I was 10. I'm gonna be a billionaire by the time I'm 50. I don't need the money. Let me go back with the knowledge.
And then you skip all the hard life lessons,
Absolutely.
you know.
People looking at you like, man, this is a little old man here. He's so wise. Oh my God. So again, that's why I started the show. That's the meaning behind the logo that you see behind us, with growth, with the brain, you know what I'm saying, the roots underneath you and the tree growing out. It's just, You know, we're like life. We're like plants. You know what I'm saying? You water us, you give us sunlight and all that, and we'll grow. We'll do amazing things. So
And you flourish as a beautiful person.
absolutely, definitely. So I think one of the things, again, when I said earlier that I went vegan 4 years ago, I was 260. That's kind of what set me on my journey. A lot of people, like I said, if I show people the photos, people are like, "Oh my God, you was definitely chunky." Uh, I just, a toxic relationship a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not to discredit her. We just both was reinforcing bad habits and would go out at 3 in the morning eating Whataburger and Chick-fil-A and all types of other very fattening foods.
You had to create total new lifestyle
Absolutely,
changes.
which will be coming on the new episode as well when we talk about lifestyle. But yeah, it's just completely living a bad life, eating whatever, didn't track any calories and things of that nature, and just yeah, made bad decisions, into depression, and all types of things. And I was like, you know what? I was gonna always go vegan when I was 30. I was like, 30 is a good age to just sit there and make that change.
Good
I was
old
just
30.
like,
Okay.
exactly. I'm like, good old 30. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get a little older. Let me change it up a little bit. So I was like, I'm gonna do it when I'm 30. But I was like, I started looking into it. I think that documentary, What the Health, came out,
Oh,
and
yes.
that changed the game because you're looking at everything. You're like, oh my God, this is stuff that is extremely bad for you, which
Yes.
makes sense because when you look at, what I'm saying, the manufacturing that comes along with having to produce this food on a mass scale, everything can't be healthy for you. And the regulations that the FDA has is
Yeah.
very sketchy at
There's
times.
a lot of deception, I feel
Definitely
like.
deception, a lot of stuff that they let in your food that they shouldn't, a lot of stuff that they allow in your food that's banned in other countries.
It's not even food. It
E-
shouldn't be edible.
Exactly.
We'll get
So
there one day, y'all. We'll get
absolutely.
there.
We'll go back to the, what I'm saying, back to the old times when we was actually growing our food, not using pesticides and stuff of the nature. But yeah, I started doing my research on it. I went meatless for like 2 months and was feeling good. Uh
Were you still
Lost a
doing
little
dairy?
weight. Huh?
Were you still doing
I
dairy?
was still doing dairy. I will
Okay.
say that I was still doing dairy. I was just staying away from meat. Did it for like 60 days, trying to see how I felt. Felt a little better, lost a little weight. Felt kind of good. That moment that 60 days was up, I was done. I was like, all right, I think, I can't even remember the first thing I ate back when I started back. But I know eventually I just started back. I picked back up the weight, started to feel groggy, started to feel, it was at the energy and stuff like that. So I was just like, you know what? Why prolong something I'm gonna do at some point anyway? I can start now. I already have a head start. So I just went vegan, cold turkey. I don't advise everybody
Yes.
to do that, but hey,
Right.
I did it cold turkey. And the last thing I ate was General Tso chicken from the J Dragon down in Grand Prairie.
I've never been to the J Dragon, but I bet it was amazing.
They For $10 they give you a lot of food, so I was just like, this is the plug. They give you a big plate of food, the little thing of rice, and I'm like, man, I'm fucking this up. And yeah, that was the last thing I ate. And lo and behold, 4 years later, I stayed to it. I stuck to it. I will say this: it was a little hard for me going cold turkey, only because when
Hmm.
I first went vegan, that was my first time eating a lot of foods because I was a very picky eater.
Yeah.
So I think what that was the first thing I made was buffalo cauliflower tacos, which is in my ebook Exquisite Rhapsody that is available now.
Go
You know what
get
I'm
it.
saying?
Go
Absolutely.
get it.
Uh, that was my first time eating cauliflower. My first time eating avocado.
Oh my
My
goodness.
first time really eating tomatoes because I used to always kind of like in spaghetti and all that pick them out and stuff like that. I was very picky, so it was my first time eating all those type of things. And the trick that I learned that helped me was like you got to go into it with the mind frame that it's gonna be good because the moment you already sit there and like, this is gonna be nasty, your mind already is looking for something to be wrong. If it's nasty after you eat it and you go into it with a good mind frame, then it might either be the way you cooked it, you might need to try it a couple more times, or you might just really not like it. I'm like that with pickles to this day. Even then,
Not pickles.
I still don't like pickles to this day.
Do you like cucumbers?
I do like
Okay.
cucumbers. I
Okay.
just don't like
Not
pickles. I
pickles.
like pickled onions. I don't mind pickled onions, but pickles, throws me off every time. I can taste the more I'll bite into a burger or something. I was like, I'll pause and I'm like,
See, and I'm the one I need extra pickles. Like, throw them on there, please.
I know, I know.
Please add them on
Well, you know what I'm saying. That's been my vegan journey.
there.
4 years strong in the game, and you know what I'm saying. I built a solid foundation. So the one thing that still catches me sometimes is milk, and I will say only because if you don't read the back of that ingredient list, they will catch you because
It's
there's milking things that it don't need to be milking.
very true.
Absolutely.
Very true.
So let's hear about your journey. Why did you
This
start?
this little journey. So, like I said in the beginning, my skin was always breaking out. Like I've dealt with acne since the 5th grade. And how old was I? I believe I was 26. And I got tired of going to all these different dermatologists because they're all doing the same thing. They look at your skin, they prescribe an antibiotic for you to take, and then a cream to put on your face. So I got tired of everybody treating me the same way. I was like, there's got to be something because something isn't right. Like, my skin should not be breaking out like this. So I just woke up from a nap one day and just thought to like go Google an acupuncturist. Never been before, didn't even know really what it was, but it just like it was a thought that popped up in my head. So I Googled it, found me one, and I went to him. So when I went in there and I told him, what was going on, I really enjoyed it. Like, if you've never been to an acupuncturist, it's actually really great because he sat down and he went through my entire life. What is your habits? What are you eating? How's your sleep? Like, he actually was asking me things, and doctors and dermatologists that I've been to before don't do that. So I appreciated that. And he basically told me that my body was too acidic, and it was from the meat, the dairy, the sugar, alcohol, processed food, all the stuff that we consume like on a regular basis. And he told me I need to follow a more alkaline diet. And me, I'm sitting here like, what is that? So he told me to go Google it. So I left, went home, Googled it, and all I saw was green vegetables. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with it?
What am I supposed to do with all
What am
this?
I supposed to do? So I didn't start then. I didn't start then. I went back to him a week later, and I was like, "So about that alkaline stuff, I looked at the list, but what am I supposed to eat?" And he was basically like, "You got to follow like a vegan diet, cut all that stuff out, and eat vegetables." So I thought about it, and I just went cold turkey. Again, don't recommend it. It's everybody is different, so it depends on your mindset or how strongly you want something to happen. Like for me, I really wanted my skin to be clear. So going cold turkey, that was fine because that skin being clear was way more important. So
No, absolutely. When the desire becomes bigger than you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
just
Then them cravings and them food cravings.
absolutely.
Now what I did do, I did take a week and I went to all my favorite places and I got all my favorite foods that I loved, ate it one last time, and then that was it. I was like, all right, after I eat these meals, I'm done. And yeah, I never went back. But you feel a lot better. You look better. Your skin is clear.
No,
It's way
absolutely.
better. So yeah, that's pretty
We
much.
definitely can't argue with that. Like I said again, you're over here glowing. So as you can see, making that lifestyle change worked. Uh, I think what made me sit there and pull you to the side is because of that. Like you said, you have a certificate in health coaching, holistic, you know what I'm saying, wellness. And I was just like, you know what? It's like she will be perfect for this. Uh, how we met is she's a frequenter of our shop down at Bam's Vegan, down when we was at the farmers market and everything. And
Listen, I'd be out there in line early in the morning, okay, trying to get my plate.
and we salute you for it. Hey, to everybody who's ever stood in line for our food and all that and waited however long it took us to get to you, because obviously, if you ever been down there, you can see how bustling it be.
It's popping.
We appreciate you,
You're a real
and
one.
absolutely, and her, you and Simone have always been there. You know what I'm saying? Helped us out, especially with Brandon. You know how he is sometimes, and definitely done helped us out in tight spots. And I was just like, man, Terrica would be perfect for this. I know she's on her health and wellness stuff. I was like, I can't think of a better candidate.
And I'm
So
just touched. So touched.
absolutely, and here we are. You know what I'm saying? Shooting our very first episode. Uh, So I can say like what y'all expect is like I said, we would be telling y'all about vegan food, the differences, understanding it, plant based diets and all that type of thing. We won't judge you. I would never sit there and tell somebody to go vegan. Again, do your research, find out if it works for you. Everything ain't for everybody. It's perfectly fine. Don't let nobody peer pressure you into being a vegan. We ain't gonna sit there and yell at you and tell you first murder and all that type of things. How they be going into Chick-fil-A and throwing blood around and
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
we won't do that to you here. We'll also be touching on things like mental health, spiritual health, which is a lot of people think they have spiritual health, but you might just be following something that you just grew up with and
Yes,
you haven't
yes.
done the research for yourself to figure out what's out there for you. As well as emotional health, with men, we struggle sometimes displaying emotion, and that comes from, you know,
That's going to be really good to talk about.
absolutely.
I
We
think that's
have
going
an
to be really
amazing episode to
good.
talk about that. Trust and believe. Uh, I'll probably bring you my concepts about the four U's, which is your physical self, your mental self, your emotional self, spiritual self. Because at the end of the day, if one of those is off, everything is off. It's four components of yourself, and you need all of them to be strong to make, give the world the best you. So,
Absolutely. It's a
uh,
great place to come so you can stay in alignment with your true self.
absolutely,
Yes.
always. We'll have amazing guests. Pretty soon we'll have a fitness coach, a couple chefs on there, a couple, regular people who can give you some great life experience and all that. So definitely be looking forward to all these type of episodes. But definitely be looking forward to bring you all types of information when it comes down to it. Uh, Again, we're gonna keep it short and simple too. You know, uh, I provide vegan services as far as cooking and ebooks and all types of other things.
He's got the recipes on deck, y'all. So
I
that is
definitely do.
really
I
great.
just dropped the I just dropped the ebook yesterday. So, you know what I'm saying? That's called Courteous Inception.
And I love the names you put on them.
Absolutely.
It's
I
so
feel like the
cute.
names that you give things have important meaning. It's like when your parents name you, like it has to be important and it has to, because it gives you character. Your
Hmm.
name, it carries. So that's what I definitely take the time to name these books. Uh, I try to be on my TI a little bit.
Pulling the
Courteous
words out the
Inception.
dictionary. Yes, but it's
Like,
great.
absolutely makes you go look up that dictionary. It's like, what does this word mean?
It makes you want to see what's inside the ebook. You
Absolutely,
know.
and I'm very creative, so I definitely take my time to make sure everything looks right and all that. Sometimes I rush the recipe a little bit. I won't lie, but I guarantee, hey, to me, recipe is just meant for you to sit there. It's a little guideline, but you got to add your own soul to it because people always be like, "Oh, well, it doesn't taste like yours." It's just because like I put love and love and a little bit of crack into mine. You know what I'm saying? You might not have the crack, but you definitely got the love, so you got to add your love to it to make
Just
it
add your own
taste good.
flavor.
Uh, I know you offer plenty of services as well.
I do. I do offer lots of online health coaching services. I have a vegan beginners ebook that I created, and I also have
Her with the
a
ebooks too.
and I also have a online course right now that teaches people basically how to transition their eating habits to plant based in 5 easy steps, and it's broken down to how to set your goals, how to be successful, not going cold turkey. Like there's worksheets, there's a lot of good materials in the course that can set you up for
See,
success.
the beautifulness. You know what I'm saying? For all our listeners who aren't vegan yet, who are just thinking about it on the little corners of it, hey, she got some mixtapes for you. We got
The
mixtapes on deck
mixtape.
over here. Ebooks galore.
Okay, yes, but I mean, it's good when you can go to, a specific place to find information versus having to, feel like you're lost. Especially when you're starting out wanting to do better or eat healthier, it can be a little overwhelming. So to make it easier for you, if you can go to a place and have those steps kind of laid out in a guideline that can kind of keep you on track and hold you accountable for what you're doing. Nobody's trying to force you to be vegan or plant based overnight. You have to celebrate like every little win that you do in
Absolutely.
between. So,
Exactly. And never
yeah.
feel pressure to get things overnight. Everybody wants things so fast, so fast. It takes time. Enjoy the journey. If you
Mhm.
make a mistake, just bounce back. Some people make that mistake and just like, oh, fuck it. I done ruined it.
That's it.
And they just, give up. And it's just, you can't give up. Just bounce back the next day. You make a mistake, cool. like I said, I get tricked sometimes with milk products, maybe a little egg every now and then. I never get tricked with the meat though, but
It's easy to get tricked with the dairy products for
yeah, with the
sure.
dairy products
It's
for sure,
easy.
because you just assume you like I know it possibly can't be any dairy in this, and bam, they get you. Like chips, chips are the main problem when it comes
Dairy.
to dairy. Jalapeno chips, you like thinking like, why is there milk in this?
Wow.
But there is.
And it'll be some weird like dried milk powder or like why?
Yeah,
Why? Why?
definitely always the milk powder. Milk powder will always get you. But yeah, that's some of the things that you can expect from our later episodes. Again, I've been. My name is Jesse.
And I'm Tierica.
And this is growth. We look forward to having y'all listen soon. So now we can transition to the second episode.
Do we keep it recording? Oh, I guess
Yeah,
so.
I mean they're gonna have
Might
to
as
go in
well.
there and edit it.
Okay.
So